Hey everybody, it's Allie from Padfoot Poodles. So here's a little bit of the behind the scenes of what we do with the puppies. There's Velocity off to the side. So Suze has actually come into the whelping room to clean out some of the puppy pads. And as you can see, the puppies have a litter tray here that we're getting them used to. And one of the things that we like to do is desensitize them to all sorts of sounds. So I know that you can't hear it here, but you can see that Suze is making a lot of ruckus. Puppies are now escaping, which is all part of the fun. She's trying to distract them so she can pick up the litter pan here. But yeah, we like to encourage them to be okay and accepting of all kinds of new sounds. So if you watch some of our other videos, you'll see where we're making all sorts of sounds with our mouths. We actually play various sounds, gunshot sounds, fireworks is a big one, thunderstorms is a big one, and this helps the puppies as they're growing and learning that these sounds are not something to be scared of, right? So loud banging noises. You saw Suze earlier. She was, tapping her hands on the side of the whelping box. All of these sounds are meant to desensitize them over time. So you couldn't hear them because there's no sound in this clip, but they were all barking at her as she was making the sounds. So now I'm coming in and I'm bringing in their enrichment for the day. So today we're bringing in a giant Nemo stuffy and also a kind of like a hexagon shape squeaky toy that has both soft parts and hard rubber parts. So these are enrichment toys. They have never experienced these toys before, so it's something that they'll be able to play with and bite on and, keep them entertained. And as you can see here, I'm trying to put our barrier back up. And the puppies are all like, we're trying to get out of here. But what I'm doing essentially is distracting them so that Suze has a chance to get the potty pads back down. So yeah. There are quite a few things that we do on a daily basis. This cleaning routine, for example, is something that is done, I can't even tell you, multiple times a day. And the idea is to keep everything as clean as possible, to keep the puppies as clean as possible, but also to use it as an opportunity to desensitize them to sounds, to people, walking around. And the puppies do a really good job. They mostly just want to play with us while we're trying to get everything situated. But we save that kind of one-on-one playtime for later on. When we're cleaning, we get in there, we get things cleaned up for them, and then we go. And part of why we do that is because we want the puppies to have, a real understanding that when we are in the room, we are absolutely there for them, to interact with them, but that when we leave, it's not a big deal. And that's where a lot of people go wrong, even with adult dogs, where they end up with a lot of separation anxiety is they make a big deal out of leaving. So we start very young with our puppies and try to encourage them to really hone that impulse control. And it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference later on with other training. For example, crate training, all kinds of different training sessions that people have with their puppies, trying to teach them to sit and various activities. So yeah, so now we've got everything clean. And Suze is going to spend some one-on-one time with the puppies. So as you can see, I've handed her the puppy wipes. And this little container is very crinkly, and it's not something that they have encountered before. But because they're being supervised, we decided to lay it down here so that they can smell it. They can, touch it. It's crinkly. It gives underneath their feet. So it's just kind of a texture and sound stimulation for them while they're running around and playing with Suze. This is by far the most exciting time for us with our puppies. So we really get a feel for their personalities, various behaviors that we can already see in them that are easily recognized as behaviors that their mom did or that their dad did. And it makes for a really enjoyable playtime to be able to see how they're progressing over time. These temperament traits that we're noticing even at this young age of 4.5 weeks it's one of the things that makes ethical breeding so important, right? Because the mother and the father of this litter were specifically paired together in the hopes of producing service dog prospects. Now, will every dog in this litter be a service dog prospect? No. But it does mean that there is a very high potential for service prospects, and their temperament is already phenomenal. So we are super excited to watch them grow, to encourage them. Part of our daily curriculum is all about building confidence in these young puppies so that as they get older, they can take that confidence with them into the real world. They can start to build bonds with their families. They can endure stressful situations. They can bounce back from, scary sounds and thunderstorms and fireworks and things like that. And it really just sets them on a path for success. And that is our number one goal. And coming a very close second is setting up our puppy parents for success, right? Not only do we want to set up our puppies for success, but we want the transition from the breeder home to the pet parent home to be a successful transition and as smooth and easy as possible, both for puppy and for puppy parent. And all too often we see that people choose puppies solely based on their color and their gender before they even start to show their personalities. And you can see it daily, multiple times a day in Facebook groups where these dogs are then being rehomed because they weren't a good fit for that family. Their energy level was too high, or they were too shy, or they needed, more exercise than, say, a more of a couch potato puppy. So temperament testing is so vital to making sure that not only the puppies have a voice, but that the pet parents are being matched with a puppy that best fits their lifestyle. And I promise you that if you are someone who has never experienced this before, once you go through the temperament testing process and choose your puppy based on all of the potential puppies that would be a good fit for your family, your lifestyle, you will never go back. Pet parents rave about how easy the transitions are, how the puppy, very easily accepted new environments, how the puppy just seemed to gel with their family right off the bat. And it really takes away a lot of the stress and anxiety that comes with adding a new family member to your home. Now, I'm not saying it gets rid of it all completely. Puppies like to chew things, and there are certain puppy activities, right? Like potty training and things like that, that you just need to know that you're signing up for. But I can tell you that it does make a huge difference. And when you're getting a puppy from an ethical breeder who's putting in the work, who's doing the daily curriculum, who's spending time with them, I can assure you, you will see the difference. And if you've ever had a dog before, you will notice the difference right off the bat. Now, I've been chatting away, right? Chatting your ear off. And what I want you to see here in this part of the clip is that Suze is actually telling the puppies a story. She's being very animated. She's raising her voice. She's lowering her voice. She's actually telling the puppies a story of their mom slaying all the monsters and saving the village. It's really very adorable. And part of this storytelling is fun for us. Obviously, as the people, we know what we're saying. But at the same time, it kind of gives the puppies this, this one-on-one time where they're really making a lot of eye contact. They're really bonding. They're listening to everything that we're saying, because dogs speak to each other in a language that's more about body language, tail positioning, ear positioning. Are they baring teeth? Are they right? Dog communication is very different from human communication. And so by having this storytelling time with the puppies, we're using our hands, we're being very animated, and by telling the story, we are encouraging them to make that eye contact, to really listen to what we're saying. And even though they don't understand that Suze is telling them a fairy tale story about their, mama dog running off to save a village, they do understand tone. And they understand, okay, if somebody raises their voice, this is not a bad thing. If somebody talks very softly, this is not a bad thing. And I know that a lot of this may seem trivial to some people, but when you're really working to build confidence in a puppy, that puppy, we don't know yet, are they going to be going to a home with lots of children, right? Children have a tendency to squeal and laugh and have a good time and run around, right? So by exposing them to different volumes of speech and different sounds, we're better equipping them to potentially live in a home that has multiple children, because poodles make fantastic family dogs. They're kind of that dog that can do it all, right? People often say that poodles are labs with a college degree. They're incredibly smart, right? Of course, they have the hypoallergenic features, which are always nice. But they can also kind of do it all. Like if you're looking for a dog that can be a quality family dog, but that can also go hunting with you and retrieve, the poodle is your dog. If you're looking for a dog that you want to do service work or therapy work, if you want to take your dog to the local school and have them lay with children while they learn to read, they can do that too. They can really do it all. And that's pretty fantastic. I actually was reading an article the other day that some of the first detection dogs for COVID-19, they were poodles. So, they're not above doing scent work either. If they have a job, whether that job is helping you bring in the game from hunting or curling up on the couch and watching a movie with you. They can really do it all. Make sure you stick around for the next video, because in the next video, the puppies are going to get their nails ground down for the first time. So this is a great desensitizing tool. It gets them ready for future groomings, and it helps to teach them that grinders, nail files, nail clippers, none of these things are scary. None of these things are here to hurt them. And you can see just how well our puppies do with their first time with the nail grinder. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.